Hey guys, it's Roy here from RWilco12 and EpicDroid.com, bringing you today a review of the Hermes gaming keyboard as well as the Airboats gaming mouse. Both of these come to us from the guys over at Gamdias. I haven't had a mechanical keyboard or a gaming keyboard in a really long time, and so I reached out to these guys and I asked them if they would be willing to partner with me on a review. And they were kind enough to hook me up with both the Hermes keyboard as well as the Airboats mouse. So Gamdias, they derived their name from the acronym GAM, which stands for Gaming Art in Motion, which combined with Deus is the Latin word for God. So essentially, Gamdias is the god of gaming. To that point, all of their devices are named after various members of the Greek pantheon and various Greek gods and goddesses. So Hermes was the messenger of the gods, and the mouse itself was named after Erebos, who was one of the original 5 gods that was born directly from chaos and his darkness personified. So just like most other gaming keyboards, the Hermes keyboard is a USB powered device. The USB cord is what allows it to communicate with the computer, and it is what provides the power for the lighting as well as for the special functions that it has. That USB cord can be put through 3 different channels here on the back that allow you to choose it where it comes out, so that you can use that to keep it on your desk and keep it organized. And it also comes with these legs here that can be propped up to give yourself a more ergonomic keyboard experience. The keyboard is quite hefty. It is a very heavy keyboard. That is partly because of the lights and the electronics as well as the memory that are inside the keyboard. So it is not a keyboard that is meant to be carried around. This isn't something you can throw in a backpack and take with you to a LAN party. It's something that is meant to stay here at home and sit on your desk to be used when you're ready to use it. The keyboard is very responsive. The keys work very well. I have not had any issues with them. Every time you press a key, you get a nice satisfying click. This isn't something you want to use late at night near your wife if your computer is near the bedroom or near your children. It will keep them awake, as it is a very loud keyboard. But that is common with most mechanical keyboards, and it is something that you will experience with pretty much all of them. I tried to get the keys to stick here. I was unable to get the keys to stick no matter what I did. I couldn't get them to stick together like you could with some of the older mechanical keyboards, and I didn't have any resistance or issues while I was using them. The keys are super sensitive though. I did notice that when I rested my hands on them, if I wasn't paying attention and if I rested just a teensy bit heavier than I usually did, then the keys would get set off and I would look up at my screen and I would have a string of F's or other letters across the screen. It did happen most regularly with the F, but it did happen with some of the other keys as well. So much like the god for which it was named, the Hermes keyboard is very quick, intelligent, and cunning. The keyboard by itself has a lot of built-in options that don't require any software to take advantage of them. You have the ability with the keyboard to change the brightness of the keys and to turn on this glowing, the breathing effect that you can see here. You also have the ability to disable your Windows key as well as to lock the entire keyboard. The real beauty of the keyboard comes into play when you download and install the Hera package, which is essentially a driver package on steroids. The package then allows you to not only turn on the breathing keyboard, it allows you to adjust the brightness, but it also gives you a responsive lighting. So whenever you press a key, the whole keyboard lights up. You also have the ability to set the different macros that you can use with the keyboard and to build profiles. You can swap the function in Windows key, so if you prefer your Windows key over here like I do, you can go ahead and pull that. There is a key puller that comes with the package. You can use it to pull the key, move it over to here, and then use the software to flip them. If you use it on a different computer, you'll have to remember that though, because the keys are on different sides physically if you switch them like I'm going to be doing. The Gamdias Hermes keyboard is very versatile and works very well not only for gaming, but it also works great for daily and business use. I work from home and I'm always working at the computer. I'm always using the computer. I have a lot of documents to type up and a lot of emails to send and lots of other things that come with my job that require a good and reliable keyboard. This keyboard allowed me to do my job comfortably and to do so without any problems. The Gamdias Airboats mouse is definitely not your mother's mouse. Despite being named for the darkness personified, Airboats mouse really shines. It's a beautiful mouse that fits comfortably in the hand. Even for my freakishly large hands, it fits very comfortably. I didn't have any problems gripping the mouse or holding it at any time. It works very well on various surfaces. I was able to use it on this desk here as well as on a mouse pad. I was even able to get it to work on carpet without any real problems. It comes with your standard buttons. You have your left click and your right click as well as the scroll wheel here in the center. It also features a forward and back button that allow you to work in web browsing as well as in your folders and other things such as that. The really cool thing about this mouse is the button directly below the scroll bar. This button here is a DPI changer. When I first started playing with it, I thought that its function was to change the color of the light here on the scroll wheel. As I started playing with it, I noticed that it not only changed the color of the scroll wheel, but it was also changing the way the mouse worked on the computer. And I noticed that as I changed the different settings, it became more or less responsive. As I started looking at it, I went back and I read the instruction manual, as I should have from the very beginning. As I read the manual, I came to find out that the mouse comes with a default DPI setting of 1600, and it can rotate between 4 different settings that give you more control or more speed depending on the level of the DPI that you're using at the time. This gives you as a gamer a huge advantage when you're playing, especially in first-person shooters. Imagine running through the battlefield carrying a sniper rifle, you see a target off in the distance. Now you have the ability to set your DPI so that you don't have as much bob in the weapon and that you can do a headshot from a long distance away and you get that instant frag. So it's a huge benefit there. It's also a huge benefit for me in my job, as I am doing a lot of graphic work where I have to go in, I take screenshots and have to edit them and manipulate images in lots of different ways. And as I'm using this, I can dial that DPI setting down to the lowest setting and gives me an extreme level of control and accuracy as I'm working on those pictures. Overall, I would say I'm extremely impressed with the Hermes keyboard as well as the Airboats Lite. Both have exceeded my expectations and they work extremely well, not only for gaming but also, as I pointed out earlier, for business and just for daily use in general. I would highly recommend this keyboard and this mouse combo to anyone who is looking for good technology. This is precision technology that not only looks great but it works great as well. It is currently listed for $69.99 on Amazon, and I would tell you that it is worth every penny. I would highly recommend this to anyone, and I will have links to the Amazon page in the description below. So first and foremost, just want to throw a shout out there to the guys over at Gamdias. They have been awesome, and I really appreciate them providing us with this keyboard and the mouse for the review today. If you guys have any questions about the Gamdias Hermes keyboard or the Airboats mouse, please hit us up in the comments below, and we'll answer those questions as we are available and as we can. So just a reminder for you guys, please follow us on Twitter and YouTube so you can stay up to date with our latest content. And as always, we just want to tell you guys thank you for watching, and you guys have an awesome day.